Reinventing Project-Based Learning, Chapters 3, 4, and 5 by Caitlin Meixel. Chapter 3, Imagining the Possibilities. Good projects connect directly to students' frames of reference, interests, and experiences. The big ideas to keep in mind are to make it relatable to the real world and things that students would do in their lives. Project learning, like real life, gets messy and overlaps with multiple disciplines. Students often are more interested in doing projects that can help their community. Brainstorm with other colleagues on how to incorporate multiple subjects in a project. Teach students to collaborate on their projects also. Build off of what students have learned in previous classes. When planning for rigor and digital age skills, consider good projects make students expand on their intellect and push to learn new things. Use Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. The last three are the most important. Some things to consider are when planning a project are to use some of the words for analyze, such as characterize, compare, and explain. When talking about the evaluating, use judge, improve, defend, and convince. And when talking about creating, invent, model, theorize, imagine, design. Digital age literacies. Digital age literacy skills prepare students for life after school. The research is based off of people who are successful in the 21st century. Literacy boils down to learning to be independent, aware, and productive citizens. It is important for teachers to help students learn to find information, evaluate it, and use it appropriately. Help students become lifelong learners. Learning dispositions: confidence, curiosity, cooperation, and courage. This can be encouraged and learned through experiences. A growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Growth mindsets are often more willing to work through problems. Fixed mindsets think that they should already know the information and can shut down if they can't figure it out right away. Keep your students in mind when planning projects. Think from their point of view and what they would be interested in and what is important to them. Essential learning with digital tools and the web. With research, find, filter, organize, analyze, represent new understanding. 2. Make ideas visible and express ideas creatively. You can capture your own observations and open up new ideas that can bring meaning and good conversation. Collaboration. Learn together and bring collaboration within your students. Using Padlet, there are group sticky notes that can be used, or Wikispace Classroom, or Google Drive for shared documents. 4. Project management. You can use Google Drive or Dropbox to store files. 5. Reflection and iteration. Work for improvement and use revision for great work. Blogs or quad blogging can help, and Google Docs for revision can be instantaneous. 6. Support study or enrichment using open educational resources. Some ideas could be shared textbooks, extra courses, curriculum, and other personal learning options. Chapter 4, Strategies for Discovery. This chapter focuses on guiding you on using critical thinking to create projects with the help of technology that focus on the learning objectives. By reviewing other projects, you can spark your own idea and collaborate with colleagues on useful information from those lessons. Some things to keep in mind when making a project plan. Make sure the outcomes are worth the length of time spent on them. Technology is used for more than just research and used to meet authentic learning goals. A theme in a project does not make it meaningful without going in depth and having students use critical thinking. Sometimes too many specific steps can lead to cookie-cutter projects that make them look all the same. Assessments need to be throughout the project and often to confirm understanding, create natural milestones along the way. Assessments need to measure real-world measures of quality. When starting a project, think about these ideas. The projects are created from students' interests and they will spark their curiosity. The project makes students ask questions and seek information. Bigger picture projects that go beyond learning from a textbook. Some helpful resources are Buck Institute for Education and bobperlman.org. Another one is, I added the resource, the BIE.org. It talks about what it is and how it can be helpful. The best projects have a drive focus, realistic, and create collaboration with others, encourage persistence, and work on digital age skills. When designing your project, create an outline with a subject and driving question. Then proceed to share with colleagues and gain new perspectives. You can also use Google Forms to make surveys that people can add ideas to. Chapter 5. Making Assessments Meaningful. Authentic assessments go beyond multiple choice questions. A rubric can be created for students to understand expectations and reflect on progress. Formative assessments allow for guidance and direction along the way. Summative assessments is at the end of a project that grades learning outcomes of the project and presentation of the overall understanding. Plan for summative assessments. First, plan for objectives. Think about what evidence they need to demonstrate to prove understanding and what approaches they would take to gain the knowledge. School-wide rubrics follow 5 core values of inquiry, research, collaboration, presentation, and reflection. When making a rubric from scratch, you will focus on evaluating knowledge, skills, and disposition. Performance task assessments should include measuring research skills, managing information, quality support, and focus on primary content and claims. A way to assess understanding may be to ask them to take what they have learned from their projects and summarize it. Another way could be to compare to real-world standards of the unique disciplines that they were working on. A plan for formative assessments. Formative assessments enable you to guide their efforts toward the learning goals you established, making necessary adjustments to help them achieve quality results. Project milestones are very important, and they include both individual and team milestones and check-in times along the project. These specific milestones help you grow as a learner and reflect on your journey so far and what to do to work towards the next step. Assessment options can be brainstorming, checklists of major milestones, small lessons, concept maps to express ideas, exit slips at the end of a class to help teachers track learning, keep inventory of interests, digital portfolios, project logs, and reviewing protocols. Just-in-time feedback. Google Docs allow for teachers to give immediate feedback. This way, students can stay on track and not wait weeks to gain the helpful information that can help them change their paper and revise it. Online gradebooks. Multiple categories for all learning topics and break down a grade to understand why they earn the grade that they are earning. Examples: content knowledge, critical thinking, and written communication. Those are some of the things that you would be able to see transparent information on why you are getting the grades that you're getting. These are accessible by teachers, parents, and students. One program you can use are InGrade and iGrade Plus. And my reference is the Reinventing Project-Based Learning, Your Field Guide to Real Projects in the Digital Age.